thinking like, what the fuck going on right now? We got a magic wand? Yes, you got a magic wand. And this is your motherfucking magic wand, right? And this is your ability to point, your ability to direct. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times y'all not understanding the kind of power that y'all have. So for the most part, think about it like this, right? As long as you have an intent behind what you're pointing to, whatever you're pointing to, where attention goes, the energy going to flow in that same direction. So for the most part, sit back and think about how much shit that you have pointed to, that shit that occurred that's outside of you. Just think about all the times you pointed to something. Oh shit, look at that, what just happened? Oh shit. Every time you point to something to have somebody else focus on something, is always something outside of you. But when was the last time you have pointed to something that you have got them created? I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. Very rare, ain't it? Very rare. Almost to the point that you have to be some kind of artist that draw and have to be like, hey, come here, look at my drawing or something like that. Otherwise, if it's not something that's slightly relatable to that, then it might not be no part of the time of your existence that you pointing to something that you motherfucker created. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you need to motherfucker understand. You need to tap into that energy first. Because for the most part, look, we all have this magic wand energy. But if we're not using it for ourselves, a lot of times, what's the whole purpose? So this is what this video is about. You know what I'm saying? Using your magic wand for things that your purpose. Now, for the most part, this is where things get a little trickery a little bit. So this is for all my tricksters out there. This is for all my manipulators out there. This is for all my people who are real magicians. Real wizards, you know what I'm saying? Not people who just think they know what they talking about and want to tell other people what the shit is, and then down it like it's Dalmatian, like you just as religious as anybody else. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? This is for people who are spiritually inclined. Now, for the most part, get the fuck off this video if you don't know how to deal with this kind of shit. Now, we're gonna talk about how to utilize magic, the ability to make your magic wonder. Now, for the most part, it starts off with intent, but it takes a creative person. It takes a person with an imagination or an illusion to a certain degree. But if you have the ability to direct that energy, then you could become a wizard. You could become a person who know how to make your magic wander. Now, for the most part, this is what I mean by that. Now, you got to have a certain intent, a certain imagination in your mind. Now, for the most part, instead of pointing at things that's outside of you, you know, create what's in your mind. So there's many different ways that you could do this, but one of the most easiest ways is using your magic wand. Now, here's what I mean by this. Here, you have to go out and get free energy. Now, getting free energy is like this. Making people around you do things that may not necessarily make sense to nobody else but you. You know, like a lot of people do this subconsciously. A lot of people just got natural natal alignments and they do things around people that doesn't make sense to nobody but them. And based upon what lost world they in, that be the reason. So that be the shit they're manifesting. But like I said, this video is for true wizards. This video is for true esoteric people. And like I said, if you actually know what's going on, then what you're actually pointing to it and actually giving focus to, a lot of times the intent behind it need to be your thought process. So let's use money for an example, right? Now, say you got money on your mind, and say you want to see some money. You want to see a specific amount of money in your life, right? So that's your imagination. That's your thought. So let that be your intent, because it's already an energy. Since you're resonating with that energy signature, is already a formulating of energy. You know you got it because you caught it from somewhere, or you wouldn't be in a state to be like, man, I want to make this X amount of money, right? So since that's on your mind, it's already energy. Now you need to focus that energy, right? So here's the thing. This is how you get free energy. Now, using your magic wand. Now, you can just go around and like, just do this to random people. You know what I'm saying? And people going to look. And what they look at, whatever they're going to look at, nothing's going to be there. It's going to be whatever you pointed at going to be there. But what you need to understand in your mind, whatever they look at need to be what's on your mind, your intent. So if that was your intent, on your mind, I want to see this amount of money, and then when you walking up to random people, you just do this and have somebody look. In your mind, it need to be that they looking at what you wanna get. Therefore, it's like free energy. Now, they don't know what they just gave their energy to, but you know based upon the intent. So, like I said, this is one of the most easiest ways. You got a bunch of people who troll, bunch of people who just do record. Like take Boot Gang for an example. He is a person who did a lot of shit. Even Fat Boy SSE. They did a lot of shit that didn't necessarily make sense to anybody else but them. But based upon them, within them, they knew what they was doing it for. So subconsciously, based upon their own natal alignment, whether one wanted to be a comedian or whether one was just acting reckless and being on drugs, they still manifested the same energy signature that I'm letting you know that you got access to. And if you know this what you doing, this is what makes you have power. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, it's the power of intent. So like I said, this is one of the most easiest ways. You can do this with family members, friends, or whatever like that, and just do that or whatever like that. A person gonna look to see what you pointing at, and what they gonna look at in your mind is gonna be exactly what you creating. That percentage of money that you want. Now, if you're doing this to a gang of people within one day, you know how much energy you're gonna have. You know how much energy. You know how much attention or gravitational pull that you done gave to that cloud that you just created. Now, fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional wise, this is what you need to understand. You got to be doing something. Now, you got to be doing something that this energy could be filtered through to come to you in the third dimension. Like if you're just a bum ass person, if you're just a bum ass nigga or a bum ass bitch, it's not gonna, and you're not doing nothing, and you stay on the curve somewhere like that, it's not gonna come out of thin air because it's still in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional realm. So it can't rain down like that. It has to rain down through a filter, and the filter is through the system of the third dimension. Whether you're working on something, or whether you got a job, or whether you're hustling, or whether you got a business, but what these are attributes that it can be filtered through. So you got to be doing something. You see what I'm saying? Like people understand that. You wouldn't even be into this kind of shit if you ain't a person that's trying to do something in the world. So 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure if you watching this video, by you even having a phone or having internet and having Wi-Fi access, you ain't no bum ass. You actually in your life trying to do something. So these attributes have a place to get filtered through to show you. But for the most part, think about how much attention that you put to that motherfucking idea, right? It could be anything. It could be a car. It could be a car. It could be anything. Just come up in your mind like damn, I want to. But look, the bigger something is, because you know in this realm it takes time. So the bigger something is, the bigger the shape and form that you're trying to get, you know it's going to take more energy for it to take shape and form. So that means the experience is going to be greater. You're going to have to go through more obstacles, routes and routes and things of that nature to match that energy in order to manifest. So be careful with your dreams too. Like if you're a person who's in this position in your life, if you aiming for something that outweighs your small percentage in your life, then that shape and form is greater than your shape and form. It's going to take you greater leaps and greater adding, and aka greater experiences in order to obtain that. So make sure you know how to manage your goals and what you're trying to participate in. Take it step by step. If you're in this space, you know to get to this space, you might have to take steps there. You might have to take this step, then that step. You can't just go here and think here. You get what I'm saying? So based upon the journey, it's gonna be fun anyway. This is for all my esoteric people. I ain't even getting 3D for y'all today. I ain't trying to do that right now.